Of the SFR world, welcome to GP1. This week we are here at the French Grand Prix and I am joined by my old race engineer SFR Oliver. Glad to have you with me.
Hey, it's a pleasure, man. Good to be commentating GP1 again. Missed this group, missed this little division. When I say little, it's only 13 drivers.
Nah, you just missed me, haven't you?
I mean, the person missing more is Mansell, but we'll gloss over that.
Sorry, Mansell didn't like me last night after I had a terrible race around Baku. But we brushed over what happened in GP2 last night. Anyway, back on to GP1. I'm going to get the standings up now.
Yeah, French Grand Prix, little testing track, of course. Actually, in this year's games, actually looks pretty tasty to drive on. I mean, I drove in Canada just today, and that was a really fun circuit to drive. Really enjoyed it, especially the first sector. This French Grand Prix track, yes, it looks the same, but in this year's game, it looks really looking tasty for a good lot of fights and battles that's coming up. Really looking forward to see what's going to happen in this little race.
No, I'll agree with you, Oliver. The French Grand Prix, for me personally, has been always one of my favourite tracks. There's loads of overtaking opportunities. But penalties, a lot of these GP1 drivers are pretty good on the penalty side. But, as you can see around the track, there's a lot of runoff area. So, penalties may come to be a factor today.
Not to mention the fact that there's a lot of areas that drivers can be cutting these corners to save tyres, but you're not allowed to do it in SFR, boys. If you get caught, then you're going to be in a bit of trouble from the stewards. So please don't cut the corners, please.
No, please don't. And I wonder how many finishes we're going to get today, because last week when I was commentating, and may have not been a spectator for the first lap, but we brushed past it, we only had 6 finishers with 13 starters. This week we have 13 starters, and I hope more than 6 finish.
I hope so. I mean, the French Grand Prix is just a big, wide open space, so hopefully it's not gonna cause any problems. As Jensen is our first car out.
Let me get all my telemetry and everything up.
I mean, it's actually being a little 1 hour and a half session with you, Morris. It's gonna be good fun for us.
I'm well enjoying it. I'm well looking forward to it. So, I'm going to read out the standings for GP1, everybody. We're going to go constructors first, then I will go for the drivers. Constructors currently at the top are Alfa Romeo with 3 wins out of 3. Thanks to Miltos. Literally, his back must be hurting from carrying that team, as he has got every single point for them. As Nazaris, unfortunately, hasn't... he's turned to 1 race and didn't finish in Spain. Second in the championship is Mercedes with 58 points. Red Bull in third with 54. Close behind, there's quite a big gap between Red Bull and Alpine, down to 29. Ferrari 28. McLaren on 19 points. Aston Martin 15. Williams 14. AlphaTauri is 6. And Haas yet to score a point here in GP1 this season. Going over to the drivers' side of things, Miltos obviously is the hot favourite the moment, who has not lost a race. Laser Lord is actually in P2 and 48 points with a 2nd place and 2 third place finishes. Again, very consistent start. Jensen as well, last year's runner up in the championship. He's had a good start, 10 points in the first race, then 2 2nd place finishes. Mavros down in P4 with a 3rd place finish and 13 points with the fastest lap and P4. And then the rest of the grid's all pretty close together, to be fair. And yeah, looking for a very good race today. Just watch out for Miltos here.
I mean, the thing is, now you've read all this out, Miltos sounds like he's been the dominant figure in GP1. I mean, hopefully Jensen and everyone else can catch him so we can have a bit more of a championship fight. But Miltos sounds really interesting.
He's been absolutely rapid this season so far. But last week in Baku, when it was raining at the start of the race, he went from P2 on the grid down to P8. He did really struggle in the wet conditions. But the second it went to dry in the second half of the race, he was absolutely gone like a rocket. So hopefully we'll have a bit of a closer race today, as we have Jensen, who will be the first driver to complete a lap when he comes around. He's just in the 2nd sector at the moment. Looks to be quite a clean lap so far. France is one of those circuits where it is actually quite technical. It's very, very fast paced. A lot of flat out corners. Don't really often lift off throughout a lot of these corners.
I mean, this corner here that Jensen's going around, it's putting so much pressure on that left-hand side of the car. Putting so much pressure to that left side of the tire for the tyres as well. I think what F1's co-masters could have done actually with the circuit, there's red and blue lines on the outside of the circuit. They can really make them more simulated, and if you like slide off anything else, it could really causes damage to the tyres. I think that would have been something really, really cool for us to feel. But never mind. But Jensen about to cross the line for our first run. And it's going to be a 1:27.8 for Jensen.
Don't know how good of that is in time compared to last year's game. It's pretty close, but this game's completely different. Who else do we have coming across the line?
Udobo is coming through now, 29.4.
It's a little bit slower. Who else have we got coming towards the end of their lap? We have Malema in the other Aston Martin. Love the look of the Aston Martin, I'll be honest.
It looks so peg, don't it?
It is one of the cars I wanted to have for my drive this year, but I got stuck with the Mercedes. But let's have a look what time he will set, and he goes into P2 with very close to Jensen's time actually. 50 thousandths of a second. Miltos is actually set at 28 flat, so he's 2/10 off Jensen. Maybe that's a banker lap. You do see a lot of these drivers go for banker laps before they do really
gone on the
up.
medium tyre, if you want to know, Boris. He's actually gone for an alternate strategy. Because France is quite a degrading circuit when it comes to the soft tyre.
It could be an interesting way to do it. It could go... I'm not really sure on what the strategy will be today, because every driver can do it differently. You can do a soft hard strategy. It just depends how good these drivers' tyre wear is individually. As you said, the soft tyre does degrade very quickly around here in the circuit. So maybe doing the alternate strategy may work, but let's see what time he sets in anyway. 29.5 is actually not that bad. It's not a bad lap. I mean, he's only a 10th off Cordoba.
So next job, Nazareth is validated. Nazareth is here today, actually, if you want to know. Mansell is on a flying lap in the McLaren.
Oh, come on, Mansell. My ex-teammate from last year.
In the Haas, of course.
Yeah, we missed the Haas. I mean, we were originally going to be teammates this year, but he was told he was too quick. And I went absolutely not to GP1. I was not
next time we need to put a pension out for Morris to go to GP1 next season.
Yeah, I need to be a little bit quicker to get to GP1 to brace with these guys, because their pace is astonishing at times.
Now, what's your thoughts, Morris, on the real world of Formula 1? Of the big announcement that's been rocking the paddock? The Kimi Raikkonen.
I'll be honest, I'm actually quite surprised.
To me, I wasn't. I knew it was coming, but I thought it was going to be next year when the new res come out, but...
Yeah, I did. Ideally, I actually thought... I'll probably be wrong here. I thought he was already signed up for next season.
That's what I thought.
So I thought he was already signed up. Maybe he went back on his deal.
It comes Owen. Mansell, 24, not too bad time.
He's around with the times of Mike. He's only 4/10 off Miltos, so considering he was in GP2 last season, he's made that step up. He really is not that far off of these guys' time. I mean, obviously, he's probably better find a bit of time in there, so not a bad lap from Mansell.
VFR Late's about to start his flying lap in the Merc.
Fellow Mercedes boy.
Imagine the Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to be absolutely nothing but orange. Full of Max Verstappen.
Oh, Cordoba's left. He will need a invite, I think.
I'll sort that out.
You send him an invite, would be amazing. But yeah, I agree with you, Oliver. I think... I mean, Zandvoort is just going to be full of Max in it. I think Max will be one of the only drivers that can really make a massive impact. I don't think Hamilton's going to get anywhere near him at all.
I agree. I mean, it's a Verstappen track, but think about it this way: it's the track itself I'm looking forward to. Bank corners. It's gonna be like Formula 1 doing NASCAR circuits.
That's absolutely amazing.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, have you seen the pictures they've been released? My goodness, it looks so amazing.
Zandvoort was great because they didn't race at Zandvoort last year, so they had the track fully made and ready, and it wasn't made. But they didn't race in it because of COVID. So it'd be actually the first year that Formula 1's actually been to Zandvoort itself.
That's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to see what the car's gonna be like.
If Spa was full of Max Verstappen fans, as you say, it's gonna be orange everywhere. And as you say, with those bank corners, could we see some stupid manoeuvres? We don't know. But anyway, we do have Laser coming up to the last corner now. Good exit, don't invalidate your time, which he hasn't. Looks to be a pretty clean lap so far. He is one of the quicker drivers in the division. And he sets a 28-1, so really not a bad lap time.
Souls is next. Who's on a validated lap?
Yeah, he's on a validated lap. But what time would he have set retrospectively? 27.8.
That would have put it to P3.
Lost Souls is quick. Last season he was P3 in the championship, if I'm not mistaken. He is a very, very quick driver. So it looks like he's just going to go for another lap straight away, I believe. He still has a reasonable British lap. Let's have a look.
I do love the look of this new Alfa Romeo livery. I actually really do. The way they flip the colours on this Alfa Romeo looks so cool.
It looks really nice, I will admit. I mean, I personally do drive an Alfa Romeo in real life, but it doesn't quite look as good as that, unfortunately. I'd love it if my Alfa had that paint job. I believe we actually have...
You might as well just keep it in the garage if you would have done it.
Oi!
But just keep it all nice and shiny, you know? Give it a bit of a dust up.
Yeah, to be fair. I think if I did the paint job myself...
Oh, Nazareth!
Invalidated? Yep.
So Jensen's still the quickest guy at the moment. He's on another lap. He's 2/10 faster as Jensen on his flying lap.
Mike's on a lap and is 2/10 up as well.
The Red Bull's looking very comfortable around here today.
He is. Miltos is only a 10th faster than his personal best so far. As I believe Jensen's going to come across the line first. Let's have a look. Again,
Jensen looks really, really comfortable around here today.
He needs a good race to get into that championship fight again. Let's have a look across the line. It is a 27.5 from Jensen. That is one heck of a lap there from Jensen. As we have Miltos about to come across the line.
Come on then, Miltos. Let's see what you got, buddy.
Mike's gone to P2 with a 27.7. Great
time
Miltos
from Mike. The Red Bulls.
He can't.
He does.
Can he? Yes, he can.
He splits the Red Bulls. Well.
And with 7 minutes still left in the session, they still have time for one more lap.
Mansell's just started his flying lap again in the McLaren. Come on, Mansell, let's see what you got. Come on.
Who else is on a lap? Anyone else on a lap in front of him? I don't think so. Nazaris is invalidated. Colours of God is behind him. Malema's on a lap, but he's just in front of Mansell. Oh, the Alpine! Alpine got in the way of Malema's lap there. Hopefully it didn't actually invalidate or impede his lap time, rather.
I think Mansell's given a good position here because if you think about it, the Alpine of Mamba Strike is going to give Mansell a good slipstream. No, just keeps out of the way. Good word there for Mamba Strike there, not giving Mansell the toe.
Mansell's 3/10 up.
That's good for Mansell. Really good stuff from him here.
I assure you, we're not favourites of Mansell.
We're not slightly biased.
No, never. Oh, that Alfa Romeo needs to get out of the way of Mansell. I think it's Miltos. Yeah, he's out of the way. Yeah, well done, Miltos. Right, Malema's coming across the line now. Let's see what time he can set. He's currently on a 27.8. Let's see what the time he can set across the line. It's going to be a 27.7 as Mansell comes across the line with a 28th place. Good time.
5th place for Mansell. Really good stuff from Game Boys again. Invalidates. Mamba Strike just started his flying lap now. Let's go through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, as we said at the start, track limits is a big issue around here. As you can see, a lot of these drivers are still yet to set a lap. As Lost Souls is going very slowly. This is a weird issue. He's just engaged gear again. He was stuck in neutral, so maybe he has a issue with his wheel.
There's always something going wrong for Lost Souls. I feel sad for him. It's always something going wrong with him. It's either the game or his actual equipment. So hopefully Lost Souls can get it going again.
I agree. I think everybody in SFR would love to have a Fanatec wheel.
Oh, would I ever? But unfortunately, I don't have the funds for it yet.
No, I'm currently stuck with my Thrustmaster T150, which has sweat stains all over it.
Lovely. Nice to know.
So I have to wear golf gloves when driving. Otherwise, my hands
At least
get
that's
very
some
slippy.
realism.
Ah, yeah, true. Just a bit of a weird sensation wearing golf gloves whilst trying to drive a simulator.
Oh, man was trying to validate.
No! Where?
He validated on the exit. I'm trying to figure this now. I think it's on that left-hander after the long right-hander. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Lost Souls still having those gear problems.
He's done a 22.9 in the middle in the first sector. He needs to get a lap in. He's going to run out of time. If he aborts this lap, he may just have enough time. So he either needs to pull out of this lap completely, or... Oh, he's got massive gear issues. He's just short-shifted massively. Is he out of fuel?
He can't be out of fuel, surely.
No, he's not, but... He's short-shifted like 20,000 times.
He's gone down to fifth gear. Is he... Sixth, seventh... Is he... He's going wide at that left-hander. He's trying to figure out something, isn't he? You remember, what was that incident in Formula 1? I'm trying to think it was. Yeah, remember Nico Rosberg?
Yeah.
Having that gear problem. Oh! Hey, he sorted it. He sorted it.
He went for a first starter lap to get his tyres warmed up. Maybe.
Or even set a time up on the board. Or he's trying to get the Delta time up as well. Look at Lost Souls go. He's flying. Look at him. He's going for it now.
He needs it. Mamba Striker's retired.
Come on, Lost Souls. Let's see what you got. Oh, a bit twitchy on the exit there. Needs a good exhale here so he can get onto this Mistral straight. He's got a toe from his teammate.
That's working perfectly.
Oh, perfect.
Great work from the Mercedes crew.
Perfect timing from the Mercs.
And then Lost Souls can give a toe for Laser if Laser can stay behind him.
Laser needs to keep with him though. If it wants that to work, Laser has to keep with him, which he isn't.
No,
Laser's not keeping with him.
No, they may have just gone for this tactic. This could look like a good lap from Lost Souls. He cannot invalidate though. That is the key. But it is looking quick.
Lost Souls at the moment really pushing hard. I love this corner here. It's where you can just throw the car in and let it glide into the apex. I love that corner so much. Let's see, here it goes into this final couple of corners. Really chucks that Merc in. Can he get this lap in now? Right on the exit curb. Really giving that Merc engine all it has. It's a good lap. Oh, that's a great lap.
Good lap from Lost Souls.
But the question is, what is Jensen and Miltos doing on their laps?
Miltos is 3/10 up on his lap time. 3/10 up in the first sector.
The Red Bulls have been slipstreaming, so they have been slipstreaming each other, which is great for them.
I don't know whether the game was lying to me, because it said 3/10 once, and now it said 32,000. 32,000 seems more realistic, I'll be honest. Because if he's found 3/10 in the first sector, what is he
Jensen's
on?
slower. He's 56,000 slower in the second sector.
Jensen's
and he's invalidated.
Right, is all down to Miltos. Miltos is slower. He's 54,000 slower as well. Miltos has to find a 10th in this last sector.
He needs to give this Alfa Romeo everything he has got to see him get this pole position away from Jensen.
That was a great exit out of that corner.
Lost Souls has retired. Melema has retired. Miltos has only got a couple more corners. Look at the way he's really pushing this Alfa Romeo to the absolute God knows limit. This looks like a really good lap here for Miltos.
Will it be an improvement? He comes across the line. And pole position.
That is so close. 10,000 faster than Jensen.
It almost couldn't be any closer. Imagine if that said 59.
Look at Mike! Look at Mike! He's getting a slipstream for Jensen! That is a brilliant strategy from the Red Bulls!
Mike is the only one at the moment who will be able to replace Miltos. Mike needs a good sector here.
Oh, it's not enough. He needs to find, what is it, 3/10 in the final sector? That's a lot to gain. It's a big deal for Mike here, but he can do it.
He's going for it. It's a good exit at that corner. Last part of this circuit now. Keep it nice and clean. To hug that left-hand side is the key with this bend here. Hopefully he goes down to gear 1 or short shifts up at least. No, he hasn't short shifted. He got a little bit of oversteer.
It's a bit of wheel spin, wasn't it? And Mike...
27.8 didn't improve.
Miltos is on pole.
That's it for qualifying. So, after us thinking Miltos was down and out in qualifying, yet again, he has come out and just blown it out of proportion.
My word, 10 thousandths faster than Jensen. You cannot call that any closer.
Exactly. It proves that this is going to be a very, very close Grand Prix here.
But the thing is, for the Alpha team as well, this really works out for them, because look at Nazareth in P8, he's on the medium tyre, so Alfa Romeo are going split strategies for this Grand Prix, so this is going to really work out in their favour.
Yeah, so we're just going to read you through, everybody, the starting positions for the grid. Miltos takes P1 with a 27.549. Jensen is behind him by 10 thousandths of a second with a 27.559. And the rest of the grid, we have Mellema in P3 in the Aston Martin, Mike P4 in the Red Bull, Los Sols P5, Mansell 6, Laser 7, Nazareth 8, as Oliver said, on the medium compound tyre. So that could be someone to look out for in terms of strategy here today. Godobo P9 on the soft, Colours of God P10 on the mediums, Game Boys on the mediums, Nelly and Mamba Strike did not set a time, but again, watch out for those guys on those split strategies.
This is too close to call. It's all down to the start on Miltos and Jensen, or even Mellema or anyone else. If they can get the perfect launch, not having any wheel spin, the perfect rev, then they will be all set to go for the big blast down to the first corner. It's going to be so intriguing to watch. And not to mention the fact that we have mentioned Nazareth is on that medium tyre in P8. We have to keep a close eye on it because...
Oh!
Caught that out the window. Why? Okay, that is a pourer. Well, you got another wet race to call them, Morris.
Well, second race I've done for GP1, it's been raining. It rained yesterday in GP2. It looks like SFR just loves the rain. Now, looking in the pit lane, a lot of these guys have intermediate tyres in the pit lane, so I think it's going to be an intermediate start. Whether the weather is going to improve throughout the rest of the race today, I do not know, because we cannot tell as commentators, which I wish we could, I'll be honest.
The heavens have opened a lot. Wow, that is amazing. So that strategy that Nazareth pulled out, that's to complete out all the window, and not to mention the fact that is, Morris, that since it is raining, this is going to be bringing so much more. Who is a better wet driver? Who has the better drivability in these mixable conditions?
And as I said last week, it may have just been last week, but Miltos didn't look particularly strong in these conditions, and Jensen looked unbelievably quick last week in these conditions.
Is he like a secret-fied Max Verstappen in a Red Bull? He's so good in the wet, you never know.
I don't know, he could be.
Anyways, we won't be surprised what tyres they would have gone on. Yep, Inter's all round.
Yep, everybody's on the intermediates. There we go. Right, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go get some water, and I'll be back for the start of the race.
Has lifted us just for a little bit, so I can ready through the order. GFO Miltos, 88. GR is on pole position. Jensen in second with Mellema Ford and Mike in fourth. Interesting what Red Bull would do actually on this race alone. See what they can really pull out of the bag. We've got Los Sols in fifth place as well. We've got Mansell sixth and Blazer seventh. So Mansell in a Merc sandwich at the start. And then we've got Nazareth in P8. Godobo in ninth and Custom God in 10th. Game Boys 11, then it's right, Mamba Strike in 13th. This is going to bring Mamba Strike so much into this race because if you think about it, now we're on this intermediate condition, we are going to have a absolute masterclass here because if Mamba Strike can handle these conditions, he would be a good shout out to get a little bit of points for himself here today. Even though he is reserve, he could bring a little bit of points into the Williams team today. That would be amazing if that happens. I mean, think of it this way, Mansell might even be a factor as well because he's a very good driver in the wet conditions. But Jensen, like Morris said, it's going to be like a Max Verstappen class act from him, and this is hopefully that'll be the winning ticket for him to actually win this race. But we never know what Miltos is going to be like in these conditions. Morris did say that he was a little bit uncomfortable in these conditions last week, so hopefully that will be hopefully he was training in these conditions so he can get himself mentally prepared for this race. As the drivers can come towards the grid now. This is going to be really fun to do. Hopefully. And I can hear Morris in the background. I think he's about to come and join us now.
I am back.
Yes, he is.
Look at that timing. Time to perfection. Hopefully let these guys time their start to perfection. Cool, me a comedian.
Definitely not bad punchlines. Right, the start's all yours, buddy.
Right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, ready for SFR here in France. 5 red lights. And away we go. Great start from Miltos off the line. Absolutely great start from Miltos. Jensen will chase him down into turn 1. Miltos has gone on the inside line. Jensen's got past. Jensen's got past. Looks like Milton's got a little bit of wheel spin. Jensen's gone past. Lost Souls has gone on the outside of Mansell. Lost Souls goes into the back of one of the Red Bulls. Holding damage. You've got Alfa Romeo going backwards. And Nazaris. Laser gets past. Going the back of the field. As we have Game Boys. All the drivers are so bunched up here. Hopefully there's no contact going on at the moment. Everybody looks to have got through all okay. But again, Jensen has pulled out a little bit of a gap.
Jensen had the perfect launch. He got the second phase of the start, and that gives him the driver that he needed to get past Milton at the start.
Absolutely. I mean, the initial start, as you just said there, Oliver, Miltos had a great initial start. But obviously it looked like he maybe had a little bit of wheel spin that Jensen didn't have himself. The field is a little bit spread out. Not spread out too much, but Mike is a second behind Manila. He's going down the inside. What's going to happen here? Not going to go for that. It's a very difficult corner to overtake in the dry, let alone in these wet conditions.
Jensen opts to go for the tighter line, now go for that corner. Look, because Miltos have a little sneaky down the inside. Oh, Miltos! Catch it! No! Miltos is spun! Like you said, Miltos is not particularly comfortable in these conditions, but Jensen is. Red Bull are 1 and 3 now.
But we'll do watch out for Miltos striking his way back through the field, as he does have Mamba Strike next in front of him. I'm great with these puns, absolutely. I must admit. It's just a great day.
Good punditry emotion.
Oh, I love it. Alright, as we do have, what's the closest battle we have on track? Some of the drivers on the back of the track. We have Miltos on the back of Mamba Strike. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Mamba Strike doesn't even defend the position. Realise that he's got a much quicker driver in front of him. Doesn't want to get any damage. A lot of these drivers
in the
very quick. Yep.
Lost Souls in the Merc is closer to the Red Bull and Mike. Red Bull versus Mercedes. Now, when was the last time we heard that before? Oh, yes, all season. Sorry.
I would say last race, but last race didn't really happen, did it?
No. Would you call it a race or the Formula 1 parade?
Probably the Formula 1 parade. I mean, it was definitely the right decision not to race because they couldn't see anything, but I was sat at a friend's house and we were sat there for a good 3 hours waiting for that race to start. So,
I didn't even bother. I decided to watch the football instead.
Oh, don't blame me. I think from the start of that race, it's pretty obvious it was not going to happen.
Now, with this is a very tactical game here for the drivers. How good they're saving their ERS.
Well, in these wet conditions, you don't use up your ERS too much compared to the dry because you don't want to have loads of speed going into corners. You don't want to have that extra horsepower because you don't want to spin the rear tyres up. But as you said, Oliver, if the conditions get dry at the end of the race and they do have to go onto the dry tyres, it will be who has the most ERS will be the better off of these drivers.
Look at Mansell really sticking in with these two up front, because these two are battling with each other. Mansell's just sitting there, sitting nice and comfortable.
Well, if I remember from last season, Mansell was particularly good in those wet conditions. So
he was, and he's still stuck behind
an impact today.
Mellema really put on the pressure. Jensen, really good lap there for Mellema.
I'll tell you what, it's really tight all the way from P3 down to P6. Those between P3 and P6, those 4 drivers are within about 3 tenths of each other.
We've got 3 Mercedes powered cars chasing a Red Bull Honda. Look at
Soul's getting right behind him, but also look out for Laser on the back of Mansell.
This is really close. I'm really looking forward to see how this really turns out. Who's going to get the best drive coming out of this corner and getting in the drive that they need to get past each other? And it's just stalemate at the moment.
It literally is.
And look at Nazareth. It's now turned into a 5-car fight now because Nazareth has joined the party.
Well, I'm surprised as well, Oliver, that Miltos, as I say that, Miltos is trying to make a move on Game Boys. He hasn't actually made up too many more positions. As we have Godobo and Mamba Strike battling it out. As Mamba Strike has gone past.
Miltos has gone past Game Boys into P9.
Oh, Godobo is a ghost, never mind. Didn't even realise.
Oh, look at Laser all over the back of Mansell. A little bit of a twitch on the rear end, struggling for traction. So has Lost Souls. Mansell just keeping his cool at the moment, doing really, really good job at the moment. Oh, Laser penalty.
3-second time penalty. I don't think he'll be the only one with time penalties today.
Penalty City.
Mellema has come across the line with another fastest lap of the race. It's currently setting about 3 seconds faster than the drivers behind him.
It's very interesting because we've got to see how long this weather plays out. We have to see if it can get drier, or it could get wetter. But if it looks at the weather now, it looks like it's getting lighter. So we are going to go from the intermediate tyre to the dry tyre. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that all turns out. Mansell gets a little bit squirrely going out to that corner, and again,
back end steps out. Will Laser have a
Harvey
chance?
McLaren. Oh, Lost Souls has gone wide on the exit out in front of him, so this gives Mansell a bit of a reprieve against the slipstream from the other Merc.
And also gives Mike a little bit of breathing room ahead as well. We have a yellow flag. Yellow Game Boys. I can't.
Luckily, there's it's a very wide track to go off, so no front wing damage.
No, I was going to say.
Mansell's got. What's happened to Lost Souls? What's happened to Lost Souls? He's gone off. He's hit the wall. Safety car's out. Oh, Lost Souls. Oh dear.
He's still running. The car's still going, but
is there any wing damage on the back? Because that was a hefty hit. Is there any front rear wing damage on the Merc?
I can't see any rear wing damage. Then again, rear wing damage in this game isn't simulated, so.
True. Mansell at the P4. Come on.
Well,
right.
I mean, Lost Souls probably couldn't have picked a better time to break his front wing off. By causing a safety car, he will be able to come in and change that wing. It's not dry enough for dry tyres, so he's going to have to go onto another set of inters.
It should be fine for him because now he'll have the freshest pair of tyres in the entire field.
Well, exactly. Nelly's in the pits.
He's like coming in. Nelly's coming in.
Is he going to brave it? I'll be very, very surprised if he goes. But then again, it is looking brighter.
It's Nelly's
I'm on board with him. It is looking brighter. The sun is out. And it is intermediates.
Lost Souls will probably be inters. Yep, intermediates as well for Lost Souls.
Yeah, I think a lot of these GP1 drivers are quite sensible. They will not want to gamble.
They're not that silly.
No, whereas like in the GP2 race yesterday, for example, a few of the drivers really did gamble. And they went like 2-3 laps really early. And it just cost them like loads of time. But obviously, that's the thing. When they change over these conditions, if you get it spot on, you can gain 10 seconds at least. If you are the person to get it on at the right time, the lap before everybody else, you can jump loads of positions.
Look at the position changes now. We've got Lost Souls as the biggest loser with 8 positions loss, and then we got our biggest gainer, which is Mamba Strike with 3 positions gained. So Mansel's gained 2. We got Lodros on 2. We got Laser on 2. Nazareth on 2. Miltos lost 6 there at the start because of his little moment.
I think the field so far is just a lot of these drivers made up a couple of positions from drivers in front being a little bit lazy and making a few mistakes, but also the drivers at the back of the pack like Game Boys and Mamba Striker have also made up a few positions as well. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the safety car will not come in until all drivers have caught up. I don't think Lost Souls is going to catch up by the end of this lap, so the safety car probably will be out for at least one more lap.
Just to think about it this way then, Morris, you've been in this position before. When it comes to the safety car in these conditions, is it very hard to actually put the power down as easy as it is?
It's incredibly difficult, especially when, like in these conditions as well, like behind the safety car, you have cold tyres. It's very, very difficult behind the safety car to ensure you have hot tyres, because yes, weaving helps, but you don't get the tyres circulating, you don't get the heat into the tyres or into the brakes because you're not doing big braking zones. So the person who will be the best at the safety car restart will be the person A, with the hottest tyres and brakes, but also the person who gets the revs right, because if you've got cold tyres and you're trying to go flat out, you're going to spin, you're going to have a lot of oversteer. So these safety car restarts is definitely a skill, 100%.
Indeed, and like you said, it provides great grip, great traction, and a good launch going out the final corner to get the best drive that they need to actually get away from the chasing pack. But right now, looking at who's very good at wet running at the moment, Jensen looks comfortable, Melema looks comfortable. Like you said, Mansell looks pretty comfortable as well in these conditions as well. It'd be very interesting to see how they get on when they go into the dry tyre stage, which would be very, very interesting to watch.
Yeah, it will be. I'm just looking at the back of the field. Godowa's Ghost is kind of playing with Nelly a little bit because Nelly's been able to overtake Godowa's Ghost, which I'm not too sure how he worked the rules in SFR, but what the game would do, I'm not too sure, because it's like Lost Souls literally cannot overtake the Ghost Cart. But yeah, I think the restart as well, it'd be interesting to see when Jensen goes for it, because obviously when the safety car goes in, it's all down to Jensen when he goes. He could be on the pitch straight and still wait, because the field is under his control until the green flags. When it's green flags, then he loses control of the field, but it's completely up to him. The safety car is in this lap, so Jensen will be taking over control of this pack behind him.
So Jensen's now virtually the safety car, so he'll be controlling the field. He'll be picking and choosing whether he wants to go. Does he want to go early? Does he want to go very late? It's going to be it's under his control. Jensen's been in this position before many times. He's very experienced at doing these things, is Jensen. Yeah,
I would agree with that. And these safety car restarts is more about either doing it early or late. You can't really do it where most drivers would, like out the final corner, because it's very predictable. So, he may decide to go from here because the safety car is now in the pit lane. He can go from whenever he wants from now.
So here we go then, Jensen. Let's see when you choose, my friend. Let's see where he wants to go.
He's going later. He's gone. Very good restart from Jensen. Look at that restart from Jensen. Oh my lord. Mansell is up into P2.
Mansell took the advantage of this, going into P2. We're going 3 wide, going to the first corner. Can this work for Mansell? It does. Mansell's going to P2. But
Melema's got past.
Just switched it back.
I'm just saying, what a restart from Jensen. Mansell's right behind him. Will he go for the move? Not going to go for the move. He's going to stay tucked in. But what? We were saying this about the restart from Jensen. That was incredible.
Like I said, he's very experienced at doing these things. He's not a slouch. He knows these things. He knows what to do. And look at Mansell. He was awake at the start. He knew exactly what Jensen was doing, and he got the advantage of it. But look at Mike in the other Red Bull. Yeah. Can he make a move?
Also,
no, he's going.
Also, the back of the field, Lost Souls went into one of the advertising barriers. Didn't damage his wing at all, but he got a little bit out of shape. But do watch out for Lost Souls, as we know he has some pace. Also looking out for the likes of Miltos as well. Very, very quick driver. It looks like to be a little bit slow in these wet conditions. But it'll be interesting to also see.
Game Boys gets part. We got a little bit of a squabble down there. Who's that in the background?
We have Lost Souls gone around the inside of Mamba Strike into that corner. Great move from Lost Souls.
I can tell right now this is going to be a really, really close race. Very, very close.
I'll agree. A lot of overtaking is going to happen because don't forget these guys are still so bunched up. As we said before, in Formula 1 and in the sim racing world in general, the wet conditions even out the field so much because people are less comfortable.
Could we see Mansell be on the podium?
Well, I wouldn't say that yet. He's had some bad luck in these last few races. I'd love to see it, but we shall see. As Nelly gets past Colours of God. Great move there from Nelly. Former GP2 driver last year. Again, another one of those drivers who has stepped up into GP1 this season.
Melleman's keeping Jensen honest. He's really tried to keep the pressure on him.
Well, he's actually taken that time down. He's gone purple in the first sector. That gap was 1.5 seconds 2 laps ago, and now it is only 7/10 of a second. 3-second time penalty for Lost Souls.
Look at Mike. Really trying hard. And look at Miltos. He's got to try to get past Laser here.
He's gone for the move down the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Not quite going to make it stick. He's right behind the rear wing of that Mercedes. This will be an interesting move. He's going to go for it down here. No, he's not going to. Smart decision.
Is he going to try and move down the inside? No.
No, these corners are very... You can do it on the end of this corner.
Hello.
He's gone for it. Great, I'll say, great defending here from Laser. Making his car as wide as he can.
He's trying to make Miltos think. He's trying to make Miltos think where he is going. And he's trying to make him guess where he wants to put his Alfa Romeo. What risk he wants to go past Laser.
Well, it's definitely working so far.
It's making Miltos choose. He's making Miltos choose what lines he wants to have.
DRS, if I've just seen that correctly, is being enabled.
Right, that's interesting.
I don't know whether I saw that correctly because I do think it is still raining. Unless the game is doing a little bit of a glitch for me, but it did say DRS enabled as Mamba Strike gets past Colours of God.
Let's watch Melema then. Let's see if this rear wing does open.
Goodrobo's in the pits. His ghost is in for soft tyres.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to be looking at him for sector times because he's a little bit slower.
DRS is enabled.
As we have Mike right on the back of Mansell. Mansell goes defensive.
Oh, beautiful braking for Mansell. Really well timed on the brakes.
Has to watch out though. Can Mike get a really good traction off this next corner? It looks like he has got good traction. Don't forget the track is drying up now, so these tyres will start to get a little bit uncomfortable. He's going to have to go around the outside. Mansell's got the inside line.
Oh, that's a great move. Oh, but Mansell's trying it again, but no. Great move from Mike.
Incredible. Miltos got past Laser.
Oh, a little bit twitchy on the rear end, but great work there from Miltos to get past Laser around the outside.
Lost Souls going for a move on Nelly around the outside. Doesn't quite make it work. Almost tried it. Will we see drivers into the pits?
Melema's in.
Mike is in.
Mike.
Jensen is not in.
Miltos by second. Ouch. Oh, no.
That's going to sting. It won't serve it in this pit. The Alphas are double stacking. Alfa Romeo is double stacking. Who is the one behind? Miltos. Miltos is going to lose so much time. I mean, it's probably best than staying out. Question is, how much time are Jensen, Game Boys, and Mamba Strike going to lose? I mean, Jensen's going to have to absolutely fly.
Melema on soft tyre? Is that wise?
They're going to have to go soft. Going to have to go soft. I mean, medium tyres will go to the end of the race now. Medium tyres will definitely go to the end of the race. You have a spin. Laser.
Oh, no, Laser.
Is it Laser?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And I think he's lost some of his wing as well.
Oh, Jensen, now
No, he
he's in
hasn't.
for it. Jensen is in for it here because now he has to make a stop and try and get ahead of these cars behind him on dry tyre. That's a big tall order.
I don't know why Jensen didn't stop. He was ahead of Mike, unless they're in a party together and he wanted Mike to get the cut, to maybe get the undercut on the drivers ahead of him, but you can just see he's got no grip. That's how fast the track dries up in this game. I mean, it's not very realistic because in real life it does not dry up that quick, but in terms of the game, Jensen's going to lose so much time because Melema is going to be setting rapid times.
Oh, Lost Souls out!
Lost Souls! Oh, no. Yeah, he's spun. He's gone.
So, is this a safety car? Is there a virtual safety car? This will help Jensen if it is. No, it doesn't look like it.
I don't think it is. I'll be very surprised if it isn't, to be fair. That's a big crash. Jensen on mediums. Watch out for Mansell and Mike as they are most likely going to get the jump.
So Melema goes through, unsurprisingly.
36 fastest lap of the race. Mike has gone past. Yep, they have by an absolute mile.
Has Nelly got him? No, he hasn't. So, right, okay, so Jensen's got work to do. He has got work to do to try and get past.
Jensen's got work to do, but as we've said before, Melema has to make another stop. So, Jensen's P3, because those soft tyres are not going to get Melema to the end. So, Mike will be a provisional P1, Mansell 2, Jensen 3, Nelly 4.
Nelly's got to get DRS on Jensen here.
Let's have a look. Let's ride on board.
Is it close enough?
Miltos got past Nazaris.
Oh,
Nazaris retired.
Safety car. Oh, that was a lap early. If that was a lap early. Oh, man.
Oh, I feel bad for some of these drivers. Nazaris, his first race back in the last couple of races, he looked like to be on for a very, very strong race this week. Lost Souls again, another one of those drivers on for a stronger race. And they just lost it. Now, if you were Melema here, would you come in pits and just put on the mediums and guarantee yourself going to the end? Now you have a safety car.
He is coming in. He is coming in. I don't see why not.
I mean, if he stayed out in the softs, those soft tyres are going to give him grip for 3-4 laps, and he's not going to pull out that lead. This is
why is Mansell pitting? Mansell's pitting.
Has he got damage?
I doubt it. No, he hasn't got damage at all.
Maybe he's going halves to the end. Maybe the mediums can't get to the end of the race.
Is that what he's predicting then? Because if he
Melema's
is, then
got halves as well.
So Mansell's predicting that the medium tyres will not get to the end.
I don't know if I would have done that personally. I mean, I don't know how long these medium tyres last around France on this new game. But if Mike, Jensen and Nelly can go to the end, then those two drivers have lost themselves a bit of time.
I mean, right now, this has been a great day for Red Bull. I'll tell you that now. We've got Mike making 3 positions. Nelly has made 9 positions in this race.
Nelly has had a great race so far.
Game Boys has made 7. Melema's has gone down 2 positions. But think about it this way. Team constructors wise, it's been a great day for both Red Bull and Aston Martin because they are both of those teams are in the top 5. So this is right now turns into a great day for those 2 constructors.
No, I agree with you here. I think Red Bull have had a great day. Colours of God, 3-second time penalty. Just this race here is big for constructors because a lot of these teams in GP1 here today, a lot of them have 2 drivers in their team. So both finishing in the points is a big thing. As you have 10 drivers left in the race, but you have to take Godobbo out of it as he is a ghost car and isn't actually racing. So you only have 10 drivers left, which means if they finish the race, they're guaranteed points right now.
Exactly. So,
evening, Oliver and Simo. Good evening to you both.
Welcome to the stream. Got Simo, the other half of Mansell,
cheering him on, hoping he probably doesn't crash so he's not angry tonight.
Again, Mellema's gone the same way with the hard tyre. Is he predicting the medium tonners to go and lose life at the end?
I mean, potentially. I will just say though, I was on board with Godobbo and his ghost slowed really far down, and Mamba Strike, Mansell and Colours of God all got very close to each other. Whether wing damage has been sustained, I don't know, but I hope not.
Okay, I'm going to bring up a very good question. Has Laser been lapped? He is. Laser has been lapped.
I don't know whether that's the game, but has Laser been lapped? I don't know how. Well, he must have been.
On board. He's the sixth car in the field, but he's 11th place.
So the safety car should allow him pass, right? Is that a thing in the game?
No, it's still not a thing. In my opinion, it looks like it's glitched. Laser's the sixth car in the field.
I think it's a glitch.
But he did have that spin.
He had the spin, but he did come into the pit literally when the safety car came out. But that was on the previous safety car.
I'm sure Laser got the right information that he knows.
His steering wheel is saying it is P11.
I don't know. Well, I had to see what his view of the race is.
I would assume it's a glitch. I haven't seen him lose 2 minutes.
I mean, that's pretty much bogus.
Yeah, right. Safety car in this lap anyway. Mike is going to be leading the field away this time, the other Red Bull driver. Will he copy Jensen and be relayed? Don't forget, this is dry conditions, so it's going to be much easier for these guys to find grip.
True. Now, the real question is, who's right on their tyre strategy? Is it the medium tyre runner, or it's those two hard tyre runners on Mansell and Mellema? That's the big question here.
Well,
as the
Mellema
sun
and Mansell
is coming out,
are guaranteed to get to the end, but it is whether these medium tyre runners can do it. They're going to have to preserve their tyres. As we have Mike ready for the restart, he is going very, very slowly, which I don't blame him.
Well, he's the virtual safety car, so he'll be managing the pace.
Yep, he's managing the pace now. He can go whenever he wants. He's gone. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, that's a great. Again, that is a class restart. Maybe the Red Bulls timed that together, because just look at the gap.
Have been so brilliant today.
Anyway, Mellema on the back of his teammate with Game Boys.
No, it's Aston Martin playing team games. Doesn't look like it, don't they? Oh, look at this great move from Mellema.
That's a fantastic move with the still side by side. Laser's unlapping himself. Maybe Laser did lose that time. Looks like he's trying to unlap himself.
Looks like it.
Mansell gets past Godobbo, obviously. And so does Miltos. Mansell, watch out for Miltos right behind him.
Look at this, Mellema's slow. Mellema's really slow.
Game Boys 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
What's going on down here? Because there's Miltos there. Mansell's gone past Miltos and Mellema. He's already at P5. This has been a great restart for Mansell.
Don't forget Miltos is right behind him.
You don't want to mess with Miltos at this stage. But Mansell, like, I don't care. I'm still going to fight you anyway.
Good defending. We have seen that Miltos is one of his favourite places to overtake is that corner they just went past, that right-hand corner down the inside there.
Oh! Did you see Miltos' twitch there? He lost the rear end and now Mellema's all over the back of him.
Too busy drinking my water, I didn't see it.
Miltos had a big massive snap of oversteer and that cost him massively. Mansell now is trying to gain up to catch Game Boys now, and after he's catch Game Boys, he'll be on the back of those medium tyre runners. So Mansell needs to put his foot down and hopes he can keep Miltos behind him.
Yep. Well, I also think that these medium tyre runners are going to have to be looking after their tyres if they are going to the end. So, because they've got 3-second time penalty, but Mansell can be one of the drivers because he's on the hards, and the same goes for Mellema. They can push their tyres because they know they're going to go to the end.
Look at the Red Bulls. They're going close to each other. The Red Bulls are overtaking each other.
Oh, Mike's let him pass.
So is that team orders there for Red Bull, championship-wise?
I mean, if this early in the championship, personally, if that was my teammate, I would say no. Oh, he's letting bad pass again. Maybe they're having a discussion. Well, they might be having a discussion.
Miltos got past Mansell.
Yep. Well, this is the thing. If Miltos gets further up the field, it wouldn't surprise me if Mike lets Jensen pass. However, it's still very early days in the championship, and if Mike gets a win here, he can help himself in the championship.
True point, because if you think about it, if Mansell can stick with Miltos and use him as a bit of a tow truck, he can actually close up to those medium tire runners. But he needs extraordinary pace on those hard tires to catch him to stay with him. So he needs to keep within that DRS range. The Red Bulls today, Morris, have been absolutely dominant today. They've been brilliant.
They have been, and I mean, one person that I would say has driven a very good race as far as Nelly. GP2 driver last year, he's just kept his nose out of trouble, and it's been a very, very consistent race. Hasn't got a penalty so far, and he is staying with those guys in front.
Each other again.
What are they doing? I would love to know what, like, are they just giving each other a tow and letting each other pass? Because
I'd say that's a sound strategy for the Red Bull team.
But will Jensen just go now? Because last time he let Mike back past.
It looks like he stayed ahead.
Jensen! 5-second time for ignoring yellow flags!
Now, unfortunately, that is not fair, because I think in my mind that's a yellow flag glitch, because they should be racing. There's no incident on the track in all three of the sectors. So, it might... Yeah,
oh, no.
Thanks, game. Really, really love you today.
I can tell you why I think it is. It's Godobbo with his ghosted car.
Oh, lovely.
So, one thing I will say, for any racer, if you have bad connection and you think it's going to be an issue for the night, don't race.
Just be like a shallow answer. How's my connection?
And it's just... It's frustrating.
Miltos, and he gets past Game Boys.
Good move from Miltos. But as we were talking about, it's just frustrating for a lot of these drivers, because if these guys need to stop again, they're going to have to serve that 5-second time penalty.
Which will cost them. Yeah,
which will definitely cost them.
Costigal gets a multiple warning one. That's pretty normal.
So, looking at the penalties then, Jensen with a 5-second time penalty, Game Boys with a 5-second time penalty. Colours of God with 12 seconds of time penalties, Mamba Strike with 3, and Laser has 8 seconds.
Melema on Mansell.
He's down the inside. They bang tyres, Melema has got past.
So the drivers can appeal these penalties if they wish. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be very surprised if these guys don't appeal these penalties. So, in the next 5 or so laps, you are going to start to see these medium tyre runners start to suffer.
And with Mansell and Melema keeping with this group of these cars, they can, I'm not joking, they can take advantage of this. The field is still very bunched up. So the hard time runners of Mansell and Melema, they're still in a good position here.
Mansell, 3 seconds. One thing I will say, which I don't understand, Laser's 3 laps behind the leader according to the game.
This is a very glitched race, isn't it?
I don't know what's going on. I mean, I hate moaning about the game, but it's a bit ridiculous at the moment. See, Melema, a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. If these guys have to make pit stops, they're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we can't dwell about it too much. It is what it is. So
no, because that's the issue. Is
the Astons are going for it now. Come on, Aston Martin.
The 2 most sexiest cars on the grid going at it. It looks like Melema's got ahead of Game Boys. Is that team orders? It wouldn't surprise me, as they were battling very, very closely. And we have a spin from Laser.
Miltos have got problems. Miltos have problems going into the chicane. And now, Melema, with the other person with the 5-second penalty, normal.
It's just a constant yellow flag. I don't know what's going on in this game, but we're going to carry on without it anyway. As,
we'll let it slide by. The drivers could like appeal these things.
Yeah, I'm sure the stewards will sort out and probably reverse every single one of these. But either way, we have Melema on the back of Miltos after his mistake. But again, Nelly's quite far ahead of this pack. Well, he's not actually. I lied. Miltos is catching him up, but there's a massive gap between Nelly and the Red Bulls.
It is. Is that the different types of quality there between the Red Bulls and Nelly? Or is this just the Red Bulls are too strong today?
Well, don't forget, Nelly did step up from GP2 last season, so he is in the same boat with Mansell, where they just came out from GP2 last year, so they're trying to get to grips with the new GP1 pace, which, in fairness to Nelly, he's doing a really good job here in P3.
True point, but he's got a very dangerous Miltos right behind him, who's still annoyed after the spin, and he wants to get past Nelly here.
I agree.
And then and not only that, he'll be suffering from the yellow flag glitch penalty.
Well, exactly, because Mamba strike with the 3 second. Miltos gets past.
Here it goes. Get ready for another penalty shout. Oh, and it comes Melema on Nelly as well.
Yellow flags have gone. It's green flags again.
Miltos is a lucky boy.
That couldn't have happened at better timing, but Melema's got past Nelly.
Now, is that the hard tyre starting to come into effect now?
Potentially. As these medium... Nelly is on 9-lap-old mediums, so his tyres are one of the oldest of the medium runners. I think when the mediums get to about 10 laps old, they are really going to start to struggle. The mediums can do about 15 laps, but there are still 8 laps left of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, because Mansell's still keeping up with this group as well. So looks like the medium tyres are now starting to really take a stranglehold on this track, and the hard tyre is now starting to come to life and show their peak performance.
It's still a tough race to call, because I don't know whether these guys are going to pit. I will be surprised if they pit now. I'll be honest.
I don't think they're pitting.
I don't think they are. I think Melema and Mansell may have made a mistake with coming into the pits, I'll be honest.
I don't think so, because I can see what strategy they're playing at to see which tyre performs best. And right now, at this stage of the race, looks like the hard tyre is now starting to take gains now, because look at Melema getting really, really close to Miltos here.
Let's see if he goes for a move in this corner. But obviously where the big difference is going to be in the corners. Good job, I has joined back.
Well, how would you like that?
I don't think... Is he allowed to join back after being out the race for 20 laps?
I don't see why not. He's in the points. He needs to hope for another safety car at least.
I think the rules state you can, as long as you jump in the car, as long as you complete the car, as long as you complete the race on your own steam, I think you're fine.
You should be, yeah. I don't see any issues.
I mean, he is guaranteed a point right now. He's just got to stay down there.
Yeah, true. I don't know what Laser's point of view is, but I really feel bad for him at the moment.
It says he's 4 laps down. He hasn't even been lapped once, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
It says he's 5 laps down now. Just... Oh, I don't know.
I love this game already.
Mansell 2/10 behind Game Boys.
Can Melema get the drive on Miltos out of this next corner?
Mansell's got a great drive coming onto the straight on the back of Game Boys. Again, is that hard tyre starting to come into play now? Mansell's right behind him. He looks like he's going to go for the move.
No, Game Boys holds on.
But look at the drive. Look at the drive of the X from Mansell.
Oh, Mansell, that was brilliant driving there. Brilliant.
They're going to have a bit of a drag race, though. I don't think Game Boys has got the cojones to go around the outside. No, he stays behind. So Nelly is next up. There's another one of the hard tyre victims has fallen. Do we see? There are still 6 laps left. So, am I going to be biting my tongue here?
Melema, he needs to get past Miltos now, and he can make the chase down to the Red Bulls. He has time, but he needs to get past Miltos as soon as possible. He needs to get past this Alfa Romeo ASAP.
I agree with you. Because if he needs to chase after those Red Bulls, he has to do it now. Potentially, he's going to get nice and close along this pit straight and do it along the long DRS straight.
Look at Mansell again. He's clicked. Yeah, the hard tyres are the tyre to go. These two have made the right call. Yes, I can tell where the means are going, but they're starting to degrade, and the hard tyres are really showing their durability at the moment.
Nelly, 3 seconds.
So Mellerman needs a very, very good drive out of this corner, and he can get Miltos, but he needs to do it now.
Yep, Mellema does not have any 3-second time penalties, so he should be fine on the penalty front. As he's going to go for it down the inside of Miltos. Not really much defending from Miltos. He probably realises that Mellema has the pace.
Right, the chase is on to the Red Bulls now.
He has to pull away from Miltos though. He cannot battle with Miltos, otherwise his tyres will degrade and he will not be able to chase after.
Look
so
at
he
Mansell.
really has to go. Mansell and Nelly.
Look at Nelly.
These two drivers battled it out all of last season in GP2.
And they're renewing their rivalry. Come on then.
Very good finish from these two though, 5th and 6th so far. It could even be even better for both of these drivers, but very good finishing so far from these two both.
Now, do you see my point here?
Miltos, 3 seconds.
Do you see my point now with these hard tyres now? They have made the right call. Look at that. Mansell's got so much more confidence going to the corner.
Mellema, fastest lap of the race in the hards.
And Mansell's going past Nelly. He's into 5th now. Oh,
Before
these
the
hard tyres
done.
are working for... The hard tyres are dreams at the moment.
So now Mansell has to chase after Miltos. He's got 4 laps to catch 3 seconds.
I'm sure that'll be no problem for him.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Colours of colours.
Look at the gap that Mellema's already pulled out already on Miltos.
He's also closed in on the Red Bulls. He's closing 6/10 in 1 lap.
Nelly and Mansell side by side again.
Nelly's got past. But again, look at the drive from Mansell.
Oh, get a bit of a squeeze.
This is some great racing from these drivers here today. As Mansell's going to go down the inside. Will Nelly get the cutback? Will Nelly dive down the inside into the right-hander?
This is brave.
Who's got the most grip? Mansell's got the most grip. There we go. And the problem is here, with all this fighting that Nelly's doing, it's going to hurt his tyres even more.
And look at the gap between Mellema and the Red Bulls. It's now cut towards nearly around 2.9 seconds, which it is. Mellema is catching the Red Bulls. But look at Miltos. He's still sticking behind himself between his Aston Martin. Is Miltos using Mellema as a bit of a tow truck here?
He could be, but again, Mellema has to get Miltos out of that DRS zone. As Miltos does go wide a little bit of that last corner. Nelly and Mansell again are still going at it.
Let's see if Mellema can really put the final charge here on the Red Bulls.
Oh, Colours of God has retired in the pits. He only had 3 laps left and he could have guaranteed himself a point. 3 laps. You've done it for 24. Oh well, personal choice, I guess.
The Red Bulls are playing smart here because they're using... Mike is using Jensen for slipstream, keeping Mellema away from gaining in. But these two are
Mansell
fighting again.
Again, who has got the better drive? Mansell doesn't seem to have it on this corner this time.
Great fight between Mansell and Nelly here.
Riding physically on board with Mansell as he goes down the inside, looking at it from his personal view.
Oh, can he get the drive out of this corner? No. Good fight between these two former GP2 drivers.
He's going.
Oh, no! They contact!
Oh, big hit.
Big hit indeed. Well, that lasted well.
Has Game Boy's got damage to his wing now?
That's a big hefty shunt for Game Boys to Mansell there.
Oh, Mansell's gone. He's gone completely. He's got no front wing left.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He was having such a strong race as well. Look at the Red Bulls again. It's now 2.5 seconds, but watch Mike. He's using the DRS and the toe for Jensen to keep that gap away from Melema. But look at Miltos. He's had enough of staying behind and gets past him. Oh, that's not what Melema wanted.
Well, to be fair, it's what neither of these two want. These two need to work together to chase down these two Red Bulls. They don't have long left of this Grand Prix. The more fighting these two are doing, they're not going to be able to catch these two.
Exactly, because the Red Bulls, this is like the best teamwork I have ever seen. Red Bull are doing an extraordinary job of teamworking, of not letting each other fight and just use the toe and use the gap that they have to work. This is brilliant team game from the Red Bull team.
Yeah. But the question is, who is going to win? Do they have it in their mind that they're going to let Jensen take the win and gain points back on Miltos? Or is Mike going to
It depends if Jensen wants to... It depends if Jensen appeals, because he's got that 5-second penalty to appeal to.
Yeah, well, exactly, because Mike at the moment, on screen, will win this Grand Prix. I mean, looking at penalties right now, it's going to be Mike 1, Miltos 2, Melema, then it'll be Jensen, then Melema.
Oh, maybe not. Melema's picked up the penalty now.
Mansell's in. Soft tyres.
Fastest lap.
Fastest lap, but he was current, so he got P8 last race as well. He crashed out the last Grand Prix, but he's had a couple of P8s, but I mean, the fight with Nelly was great. They just made a little bit of contact, which sucks because it could have been a P5 and 6 for Nelly and Mansell.
They've run out of time. They've run out of time, these two. Red Bull are going to take it. They've run out of time.
Well, they've got 1 lap left. They're not going to catch it. They've caught them by about a second in about 4 laps. So they're not going to catch 2.5 seconds in 1.5 laps remaining.
No.
And I'll be honest, I can't see the Red Bulls colliding.
They're not going to be like Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber or Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo at this stage.
No.
So these two now, they're fighting for the P3 position.
Yeah, well, the Red Bulls are going to be hoping that Melema can actually get past Miltos. I mean, he will have DRS on the final part of the lap, so I would say Melema's in the best position. If I was Melema, I'd stay behind him on this straight, and I'd go from the long one.
He is. He is. He's going to stay behind him. He is.
It's a sensible thing to do.
Can't deny the team game that Red Bull played today.
They're giving each other slipstream constantly for the whole race, which has helped them keep this gap, because if they were separated, this gap probably would have come right down. Let's stay on board with Melema and Miltos.
Yes, for the last time. This is one last chance for you, Melema.
He's 4 tenths back. It is quite a big gap, but open that DRS flap and see him fly. 3 tenths, 2 tenths, 1 tenth. He's going to go for it.
Now it's down to Miltos now if he gets to drive or not.
How wide can you make your car, Melema?
Oh, it's going to be so close, Game Boys.
Game Boys got past Nelly.
But this is a major fight for P3. I think Melema's keep hold of it, you know. But it's now down to this corner. Miltos is very good around here.
He's staying behind for now. Melema's got...
He's got him.
Miltos has got out of shape. Looks like he's got him.
And here come the Red Bulls.
We're going to flick over to Jensen as he's going to be crossing the line today. He has been out the championship fight so far. He needed this win today. The Red Bulls with the best teamwork I think I've ever seen in SFR. Jensen takes the win. Well, Mike will take the win, but Jensen will most likely get it when they appeal. So Mike P1, Jensen 2, Miltos 3, Melema in P4. Even though Melema
still
did
down to
finish
subject.
ahead.
This is all subject down to appeals. This is all subject down to appeals. It's not the official result yet, but this might be posted out on social media to see the final race result, because this is all subject to appeal because of the yellow flag glitch.
100%. So please do keep an eye. If you don't follow us on Twitter already, please do follow us, Speed Force Racing League PS4 on Twitter. Please give it a follow, and the race result will be posted there when all these appeals have gone through, as a lot of the drivers did get time penalties when the yellow flag glitch was out. Mansell's going to come across the line. Will he take the fast lap of the race? I'd be surprised if he doesn't get the fast lap of the race. Yep, there we go.
And he does.
Nelly, 20-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
I love this. You know what? I love this game, you know, Morris.
I think it was just because of the ghosted car and the yellow flags were on for the whole game. Either way, doesn't matter because I think that was just a glitch because Nelly did obviously finish in P6. So the projected race finish was Jensen 1, Mike in 2, Melema 3, Miltos 4, Game Boys, Nelly, Mamba Strike, Mansell, and then Laser, because Laser did actually finish under his own steam, whereas Kodobo didn't. So Laser will take those points. But again, as Oliver said, do keep an eye out for the results that will be posted on social media in the next few days.
So I'm adding these players in?
Yep. Have you left the session yet?
Not yet. Just adding Miltos in now. It's 2 seconds.
The races, all the drivers are constantly going around, and the game is not resetting itself.
Oh dear. I do apologise. I'm just trying to get these drivers in as fast as I can.
That's right.
88, yeah.
But it was an absolutely stunning race from these guys, and I mean the two Red Bulls. We will hopefully get both of them in. I don't know if Jensen will be able to come for an interview because he normally has a race literally straight after. He is crazy with the racing.
Well, I've exited the session now.
Miltos says he can't give an interview as he's quite dizzy. Okay, no worries.
Hopefully we can hear from the Red Bulls.
Nelly and Mansell were talking in the chat as well. Jensen is in the party. Hello, sir. Make sure your mic is on, allowed to be shared with your audio, and same for you, Mike. Welcome to you both, and make sure your microphones are on, allowed. Are awesome. Well, I suppose you will have it sorted. You two have been on the podium quite a few times.
Yeah, I had to bring this person as well.
What brilliant teamwork for you today, you two. Absolutely brilliant teamwork.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess.
Even you could take it from Morris as well. That was fantastic teamwork out there today.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, from our point of view, it just looked like you two were just constantly giving each other a toe and changing who had the DRS just to ensure you kept that gap to the guys behind. But very, very.
Yeah, it was tricky because I mean, of course, Mike said he won the race, but yeah, getting that 5 seconds removed because I think Laser's connection caused like a yellow flag, like a full course yellow flag for like the.
Is it Laser's connection or was it Kodobo's?
It was one of their connection or something, but it would cause an entire yellow flag. Like I tried passing Mike, I got an illegal overtake, so I let him back through. But honestly, like it shouldn't have been happening anyway. So I overtook, and from there on, yeah, just drove.
Well, it was interesting to watch because every single car that went past was 5 second time penalty, 5 second time penalty. But oh well, we move on.
Miltos
in terms
didn't get
of
penalties.
No, he
didn't.
Surprised. As he went past, the yellow flags reset themselves to green. So he got past the car, and that was his first car since the yellow flags have been out. So, but
wow.
Either way, you two, congratulations today. Provisionally, Mike, you did get the win, but I'm pretty sure Jensen, your time penalty will be removed anyway. But just talk us through the race, you two. How did you both find? We'll start with you, Jensen. How did you find the intermediate conditions at the start of the Grand Prix?
Yeah, I've had previous experience in the inters as well, so I knew it would come in well. And off the start, I mean, qualifying was a bit unfortunate because I lost out my final run a little bit, but I lost out pole by only 100th, which was a bit disappointing. But I managed to get back off the start. And yeah, held my own from there on. I knew I had good tyre on the mediums, and yeah, just basically from then on, just tried being good on the tyres, especially in the dries as well. I think I pitted a bit late, but I think I'm pretty happy I pitted late because I had even better tyre wear and the safety car came out as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think your pit stop was later than everybody else, but the timing of the safety car did really help you. You said you did have better tyre life towards the end of the race, but the safety car probably did help reset that instant up. Were you planning to pit that late? Is that something you wanted to do? Did you talk that through together?
Yeah, I wanted to pit late. So Mike said we were both at a party, and he said he would pit one lap earlier then. And as they pitted, yeah, the tyres just became really good.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Well, no,
just pitted straight away after that. But
absolutely great teamwork from the pair of you today. Oliver, got any questions for Mike? I'll let you do questions for Mike.
So yeah, Mike, were you think at any time at all that you were going to switch to the hard tyre, or was it all plans to go ahead with the medium tyre to go with when we go to the dry period?
I was kind of all mediums, but I was kind of more planning a 2-stop, but then the safety car kind of helped me get to the end, so it was kind of lucky.
And when Jensen overtook you, Mike, was it the plan just to stick with Jensen the entire time to keep the gap between Menema and Miltos?
Yeah, that was the plan the entire time. You know that number 2 Red Bull driver has to do the work, you know.
Well, if you're a normal number 2 Red Bull driver, you'd be kicked out your seat mid-season.
Yeah, most likely, so gotta keep a few prayers in for me.
But no, it was absolutely class racing you two today. Really good teamwork, and just demonstrates to everybody who is new to league racing, being in a party with your teammate and teamwork is something that can really help gain new points, and working together does really help us. We actually saw the Alfa Romeos double stacked. And Miltos, when you guys changed over, I don't know whether you saw, Miltos lost a lot of time as he was stuck behind Nazaris in the pits. So, really working together and you two changing up when you were stopping and helping each other build that slipstream up really helped you with your results today. So, congratulations to the pair of you. Great win today, and well controlled as well.
Thank you very much.
cheers.
Oliver, got anything else to say before we close off the stream?
I'm just looking forward to next week's Grand Prix. Hopefully I'll be watching, and if there's any free spots for me to come into GP1 again with you, Morris, then give us a shout, and I'll be most likely be there.
Well, it was a pleasure having you, Oliver. Just before we go,
same.
Talking to Jensen and Mike, how do you both feel on Austria as your track next week? Do you feel confident around there, Jensen?
I didn't like it at the start, but I've started to feel a bit more confident, especially in the quali pace. But yeah, like I say with all things, we'll see.
Yep. And what about you, Mike? How are you feeling for Austria?
Hopefully I just stay in Jensen's DRS again and easy podium.
Well, it was a great race.
A Red Bull repeat.
Exactly, it was a great race, you two, and it also does help you out a lot in the constructors. And Jensen, it gets you closer to Miltos at the front of the grid, and Mike, it will pull you up quite a few spaces actually in terms of the drivers. So well done to the pair of you today. I will look forward to commentating your race next week at Austria. But in terms of the stream, everyone here at SFR, thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the SFR Speed Force Racing channel. We race from Monday to Thursday. We have 5 divisions going on, and you do not want to miss out on any of the action. So make sure you have your notifications turned on so you do not miss out. We have some great commentators, great admin, and more importantly, some great races going on. So stay tuned for next week. But that's us done for tonight. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody for tuning in, and until next time, bye for now, and we shall see you soon.